everyone, today's class is a yoga for runners class, so we'll be focusing a lot on loosening up our hips and letting go in the front line of our body. My name is Lisa and I'll be guiding you through practice today. You'll need no props for class, so just find your way onto your back and settle in. Our goal for starting on our back today is to downregulate from our run. We can get really built up energy and we're just going to come down a little bit, not all the way, but just enough to quiet our mind so that we can have more ease in sending our breath into our tight spots. So lengthen out your legs and your arms. Soften the muscles around your forehead and your jaw. Just letting your body hang heavy. And deepen your breath. Feeling your belly rise on your inhale and soften on your exhale. Start to scan your body as we deepen our breath by starting at your head and making your way down to your toes, taking about 1 to 2 breaths in each spot and finding the area which is the most stuck. So that might mean to you that when you try to take a deep breath into that area, that it just feels rigid. It may not move as freely as it did around your throat, around your shoulders. And if you have more than one area, I want you just to focus on the worst part today. So we'll start at our heads, taking a deep breath in and out, and noticing what you feel. And moving down to your neck, your shoulders, and the top of your chest. And find if there's tension there. A lot of runners carry a lot of burden on their shoulders or can hunch forward as we try to gain speed or momentum. And when we fatigue, we tend to round our shoulders as well. So sending our breath there to see what it feels like. And then moving on to our abdomen. Sending our breath to our core, our mid and lower spine, and our low belly. Really taking in our breath and taking the time to notice what it feels like. And moving into our hips. And be breathing into your IT bands, your hip flexors, your sacrum. What does it feel like? Is your breath stuck? Moving freely? And sending our breath now into our lower legs, around our knees, our calves, and our shins. Lastly, sending your breath into your feet. Maybe the balls and soles of your feet need work today. May seem like a very small area, but those that suffer from an ankle injury, whether that's a sprained ankle or whether you may have plantar fasciitis, just take a moment to recognize what's happening and what you feel. And in our last breath here in Shavasana, at the beginning of our practice, I want you to pick that spot. And once you've picked that spot, take one deep breath there. And know that we're going to be sending it so much love through practice. And when you're ready, rolling onto one side and coming up into seated. So as we set up, we're going to have our left leg straight and our right leg in a diamond shape with our hips facing the long edge of our mat. And we're going to take our left hand and tuck it in around our left hip or grabbing our pants. Left hand will be resting on the mat and come into a side bend, relaxing our neck. Left ear to left shoulder and feeling a stretch along the right side of our neck. And sending our breath to wherever our tight spot is today. Keeping our breath strong. Recognize if you need to adjust your neck for comfort. And notice if you're holding any tension in your upper shoulders. Maybe you need to relax your shoulder blades down. Or relax in your hip joints. Release the right hand and square off your hips so that they're now facing the short edge of your mat. And keep your right leg in a half butterfly, left leg straight, hands on either side of the left leg. Take a deep inhale to lengthen your spine and exhale to come into a forward fold. And your forward fold doesn't need to be far. Our hamstrings are usually tight when we run on a regular basis. So this is a great way just to take a moment to send our breath there and loosen them. And take a moment to notice if you're clenching any part of your body, whether that is your hamstring, your hip joint, your shoulders, or even your lower back. And maybe one of those spots is the area you chose to focus on today, and if it is, make sure your breath is being sent there. On your next inhale, coming up to center, and we're switching sides. Right leg straight, and your left leg will be in half butterfly, with your hips facing the long edge of your mat. Left hand tucked into your pants or grabbing your hip joint. Right hand flat on the ground. Inhaling to lengthen our spine and exhale to come into a side bend. Right ear to right shoulder. Making sure we stay open in our chest. Keeping our chest lifted. Making sure our head and our neck are relaxed. Head is heavy. Spreading our toes. On your next inhale, square off your hips and face them towards the short edge of your mat. Hands on either side of your right leg. Inhaling to lengthen our spine and exhale to forward fold. Our neck stays relaxed here. Sending our focus to either our spot or our right hamstring. On your next inhale, coming up, and find your way onto your back. For elbow to knee, star spiral pulse. Legs will be in a chair position and hands clasped behind the head, elbows shining towards the ceiling and not out to the side, towards the ceiling. Inhale, curl head and shoulders up, hold the breath, curl the tailbone. Exhale, reach elbows towards the left thigh, extend right leg, straight towards the ceiling. Inhale, inner rotate the right leg, toes point in. Exhale, pulse the leg towards the ceiling 3 times. Inhale, back to center. Exhale, reaching both elbows towards the right thigh, extend the left leg towards the ceiling. Inner rotate the right leg so that the toes point in. Exhale, pulse the left leg towards the ceiling 3 times. Inhale, come on back to center. Exhale, reaching both elbows towards the left thigh, extending the right leg straight towards the ceiling. Inhale, rotate the right leg so that the toes point in. And exhale, pulse the right leg towards the ceiling 3 times. Inhale back to center. Exhale, reaching elbows towards the right thigh, extending left leg towards the ceiling. Inner rotate. Inhale, inner rotate the left leg so that the toes point in, and exhale, pulsing the left leg towards the ceiling 3 times. Inhale, coming back to center. Curl the tailbone up if you can. Exhale, reaching both elbows towards the left thigh, extending right leg towards the ceiling. Inhale, inner rotate the right leg so that the toes point in, and exhale, pulsing the right leg towards the ceiling 3 times. Inhale, coming back to center. Curl the tailbone up. Exhale, reach both elbows towards the right thigh and extend the left leg up towards the ceiling. Inhale, inner rotate the left leg so that the toes point in, and exhale, pulse the left leg towards the ceiling 3 times. Inhale, coming back to center. Exhale, reach elbows towards the left thigh, extending right leg up towards the ceiling. Inhale, inner rotate the right leg, toes point in. Exhale, pulsing the right leg towards the ceiling 3 times, reaching up through your hip. Inhale, coming back to center. Exhale, reaching elbows towards the right thigh, extending the left leg up towards the ceiling. Inhale, inner rotate the left leg, toes point in. Exhale, pulsing the left leg towards the ceiling 3 times. Inhaling back to center, curling the tailbone up one last time, and relax head and shoulders down towards the mat. Take a moment to just feel what we have awakened in our belly and express some gratitude, because those with tight hamstrings, tight abdominals are your friend. They help to loosen up the tightness that we hold in our hamstrings. So we'll be coming into bridge. Feet hip width distance, knees over ankles, and just reach for your ankles for distance. Bring your arms out beside you, palms shine towards the ceiling. Inhale, take a deep breath into the front of your chest, and exhale to lift your hips up towards the ceiling. Taking a deep inhale to expand your rib cage out towards the sides, and exhaling to lengthen your tailbone towards your feet, maybe bringing your hips another centimeter closer to the ceiling. Deep breaths in and out. Keeping your neck relaxed, your face soft. And on your next inhale, bring your palms to face the ground. And lower the top, mid, and lower spine to the ground, rolling over onto one side. Coming into lunges on the wall, we're going to start with our left leg forward. You may want some padding under your right knee. So we want our right knee as close to the wall as we can, and our foot as flat on the wall as we can. Our front leg should be at a 90-degree angle, so left knee over left ankle. And right now we want to try to sit up as straight as we can while keeping our hips level. So you should feel a very strong stretch along the front of your right leg. And it might feel quite uncomfortable, so send your breath there and let your body sink into this lunge and feel the benefits by sending our breath there. Now on your next inhale, bring your hands down to the mat and let your hips sink towards the ground. So your left knee can be above the ankle at this point. And you can feel that stretch move. The sensation is going to feel different here. So just make sure you're not holding any tension in your shoulders or in your neck. And take one more breath here before we switch sides. And on your next inhale to come out safely, bringing the front foot back and turning your back foot inwards. So switching sides, patting underneath your left knee and right foot forward, 90-degree angle, Squaring off your hips and feeling that stretch along the front of your left leg. Close your eyes, deepen your breath, and send your breath where you have the most discomfort. If you're feeling comfortable here, well, kudos to you, but send your breath to your spot where we chose at the beginning of class. And feel your breath spiral around that area and really penetrate in your tissues. On your next inhale, we'll be coming down, bringing the hands down to the mat, maybe coming down to your forearms, and sink into your lunge, relaxing your head and your neck. Trying not to focus on the discomfort you may have in your body, and focus on the stretch that you have. Now slowly coming out, bringing the front foot back, and making your way into seated. Clasp your hands, interlock your fingers, bring your hands above your head, palms facing the mat, and leaning over towards the left side. Leave your gaze neutral where it feels comfortable, feeling a stretch along the side body, and switching your side bend over towards the right. And switching that interlock so that your palms are facing the ceiling, stretching over towards the left, and then over towards the right side. Coming back to center, relaxing the hands at your sides, maybe on your knees. And just take a moment here before we come into neck release. It'll be a variation of neck release. That's my favorite actually, that you can do sitting at your desk when you have a spare 5 minutes. So just clearing your mind further. We'll be starting with our right hand, and we want to be sitting on our palm. So palm will be facing the ground. And in between your first and second fingers, we want our sits bones, that bony part of your butt, to be in between your first and second fingers. And keeping your left hand relaxed on your knee. And bringing your left ear to your left shoulder to feel a stretch along your right neck. For some people, we carry a lot of our strain while we run in our upper neck and shoulders. So this may feel quite intense. So with each breath, I want you to bring your chin a little closer to the center, which changes the sensation that you're feeling. And we'll take 2 more breaths here. Keeping your neck relaxed, release the right hand from underneath your bum and just rest your chin to your chest, keeping the back of your neck long, and then send your breath there. Sending our breath there allows our neck to relax a bit further, stripping a layer of tension we could have. Now on your next inhale, take both of your hands and bring them to your forehead and help your head back up to center. Switching sides. Take a second to just switch the cross of your legs. And then we'll be taking our left hand, palm facing the ground, and placing it underneath our left thumb. So again, our bony sits bones we want in between the first and second finger on our left hand. Right hand resting on our right knee. And bringing our right ear to our right shoulder. Feeling a stretch along the left neck. Letting our neck relax. And on each deep inhale and exhale, bringing your chin a little closer to the center of your chest, feeling how different that could make your neck feel. And on your next inhale, keeping your neck relaxed, release the left hand out from under your bum and just rest it on your left knee. And bring your chin towards your chest, back of the neck long, sending our breath into our brainstem, keeping our spine long. Now bring both of the palms to the front of your head and help the head back up to center. Coming into Baddha Konasana, both feet touching, legs in a diamond shape. Take a deep breath in to lengthen your spine and an exhale to fold over your feet. Palms can be flat against the floor, or they can be grabbing your front feet. Take a strong breath into your hip creases and see if they can relax a bit further. Taking 2 more deep breaths here. And on your next inhale, slowly coming up to center and making your way onto your back. Coming into a figure 4, starting with the left leg. Resting your left ankle just below the right knee. And bringing both legs up almost into a chair position and grabbing in behind the right knee. Or maybe, if you want more of a stretch, grabbing the front of the right shin. And just close your eyes and release any tension you may have in the front of your forehead or along the sides of your neck. And switching sides. Going over to the right ankle just underneath the left knee. Bring your legs up into a chair, maybe grabbing for the back of your left thigh or the front of your left shin, whatever feels more comfortable. And breathe into the stretch you're feeling, keeping your gaze closed. Taking one more breath. And releasing the grip with your hands. Shavasana is next. So taking a moment to curl your shoulder blades under, shining your palms towards the ceiling, giving a tuck to your tailbone, and bringing your legs wide. Slow your breathing and let your body feel heavy. Let the earth support you. And let's take a moment here to reflect on where your area was. Does it feel any different? Does it feel the same? Are you feeling maybe a bit more stress or discomfort in that area? And sometimes when yoga is new to us, it's hard for us to clear our mind and be able to send our breath into an area that needs healing. And that's okay. Next time you step on your mat, you may be able to strip a couple layers and come into a more of a common place for healing. And that's what our yoga practice is here for. for our journey to be different every time we come to practice. So we'll take a couple breaths in silence here and let our practice sink in. And on your next inhale, making our way over onto our side, coming up to seated, and bringing our hands into prayer at our chest. Taking a deep breath together. Bringing our hands to our forehead and bowing in gratitude. Namaste.